I don't know who needs to hear this, but if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. There's no reason why you should be out here trying to campaign for a man's bare minimum, basic effort, reciprocity, respect, just a text back in a reasonable time, planning dates. Even if they ain't perfect dates, they ain't got to be nothing lavish. But there's no reason why you should be fighting for somebody who's sitting back in their corner and watching you just rope a dope until you ain't got no more energy. Normalize not trying harder when a man is showing you or making you feel like you are unwanted. Normalize giving up a whole lot easier when it comes to these relationships that require two. Normalize that. Stop auditioning for somebody who already decided he's not going to give you the part. And I know this is kind of harsh. I understand. This ain't a fun message to listen to. But there's no reason to be over here bending over backwards, doing backflips for somebody who's barely even looking your way. And I'm not talking about in a literal sense, because what you'll have is a man who is looking your way when it's convenient, when it's something that serves him, when it comes to sex, when he wants to fit you in a certain part of his schedule. But when it comes to like your emotional needs, the commitment, long-term intentions, all of a sudden he Ray Charles. Love isn't supposed to feel like an interview for a job that never hires you, but they keep calling you back over and over again for more rounds. That's not love. When a man makes you feel unwanted, that's not your cue to perform more. That's your cue to exit stage. That's your sign. The show is over. And I'm not saying this because you don't know your worth and, you are naive or anything like that. I'm saying this because a lot of women have been programmed to fight for relationships and were never taught when to give up on them. If they're so toxic, they're going to damage the relationship you have with yourself. A lot of y'all were not taught to give up. And I'm telling you, give up. If that man is making you feel like you're not a priority, he don't feel like he's lucky to be with you, talk to you, engage with you, meet your emotional needs. If he's not treating that like a privilege, normalize giving up. Because again, if he wanted to, he would. His lack of effort is not some kind of puzzle for you to solve. It's a message for you to receive. And I'm saying this with love. Matter of fact, if you can resonate with anything I've said so far, comment the word crown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you what thousands of women have called a blessing to read, who have been in a situation and needed to remind themselves of their worth because somebody else didn't see it. Again, if that's ever been you, comment the word crown. You can get it on Amazon and you'll see the reviews there, 4,500 reviews. It's like $30. Or you can comment the word crown and I will send it to you for free. Because there's no reason why you should be creating excuses for somebody who's creating distance. He's tired. He's got a lot going on right now. His ex is bothering him. His goldfish died. Don't matter. That man ain't texted you back in 3 days. Don't be over there crafting the perfect message to try to spark his interest or guilt trip him. He forgot your birthday. There ain't no reason you need to be planning some elaborate surprise for his. He treats you like you're an option. You don't need to be trying to strategize on how you could become his priority, because the truth is, men who want you act like they do. Like when we want to, we don't need reminders. We don't need incentives. We don't need you to be on your absolute best behavior for us to show basic interest. So if you're dealing with a man, his inaction is his action. His inaction is his action. Matter of fact, a man's effort will indicate his true interest. If that man ain't giving effort, he's not interested. And you trying harder with this man who's making you feel unwanted, it's like watering a dead plant, exhausting and pointless. Because your effort can't resurrect what's already gone. And energy spent convincing this man to want you is energy stolen from a man who already will. Now, I'm not talking about y'all have had some actual issues in y'all relationship. You done disrespected this man and I'm not talking about that. I want you to use discernment. I'm talking about those of you who come in, everything is cool, then he gets ice cold or he starts just backing away. And whenever you ask him questions, he don't even want to give you a clear answer. What's going on? What's wrong? He don't even want to tell you. You sending good morning text messages to somebody who doesn't even respond until midnight or the next day. You planning dates with this man and he the one canceling last minute. You cooking all kind of meals, but somehow he shows up, late and he leaves early. You trying to perform CPR for a relationship that's already called the time of death. Your increased effort isn't going to bring it back to life. It's just exhausting you. While you refuse to accept that it's already gone. Francis says it was hard to realize that he was jealous of me and intimidated by me the whole relationship. See, that's the quiet part we need to say out loud. A lot of times when a guy meets you, things start off good, then they just instantly go cold. And put I down in the chat if you've ever dealt with this before. It's because something has intimidated him. I know that sounds cliche, but a lot of times a guy will come into a relationship with a woman or dating, whatever, and he has one kind of framework that you need to fit in for him to feel comfortable, superior, like a man, whatever his predetermined value system is. And if you don't fit inside that, he will back away. Now, because he knows that it's toxic, because it's BS, because it indicates insecurity, he may not straight up tell you, hey, this is why I'm backing away. This is why I'm leaving you alone. This is why I feel like, I can't have a conversation with you about my goals and dreams because you're already crushing any and everything that I have going on. I cannot compete. And instead of just simply understanding that this is possibly going to be my woman one day and I don't have to compete, I'm just going to bow out now. A lot of y'all dealing with guys, and it's not just that they're not interested in you. They don't see a void in your life that they can fill. And the end result is exactly the same. He's treating you like you're unwanted. I see him. Let me see. Y'all putting eyes down in the comments. Okay, good. And to the sister that asked about the books, yes, these are, for those that missed it. If anything that I'm saying is true for you here in this message, my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, you're going to feel like I've known you your whole life. At least that's what the reviews say. It's like 4.6 out of 5 stars on average on Amazon. But you don't have to get the book on Amazon. You can get the ebook and audiobook today by just commenting the word crown. I'll send it to you. If you've ever had to remember who you were, if you've ever had to recover your crown after trying to love somebody who ain't do nothing but knock it off you, comment the word crown. Again, free. But back to what I was saying. Normalize giving up on a man. He acting like he could do better than you. He acting like he got better things to do than to spend time with you, talk to you, build with you, answer questions, acknowledge your needs and emotions. I mean, it's always a problem. He always acting like it's drama or something like that. Normalize giving up. And it's not you that's the problem. Your effort comes from love, but his lack of response, that comes from his limitations, not yours. Your generous heart, your loving heart isn't the problem. His capacity or lack thereof to receive it is. You're not trying too hard. He's trying too little. And I say this because a lot of times society will try to shame the woman that still believes in love. When in reality, it's like in the right hands, That's a beautiful thing. That's exactly what you need. Let's say if you take the approach, a lot of people I see on TikTok promoting, oh, just don't care about these men. Just get money out of them. I don't really care about that. But because if you're trying to get money out of a man, if that man got money for you to even get, he was smart enough to get rich and get money. He probably smart enough to see through that too. But that kind of approach doesn't work in an otherwise healthy relationship. When the man comes that wants to love you and love you truly, when the man comes along that's prepared for you, if you take that guarded, I'm just going to use you version of you into that, all you're going to do is sabotage, and now you're the problem. It's like you're trying to get revenge on a ghost. You're trying to retroactively get justice on prior crimes that were committed to you and never accounted for. Except the actual criminals still getting off scot-free. And so I don't advocate for women to take that position, not because as a man, I feel some kind of way. It's like, no, that's still a loss. I don't want to lose you. As a lover girl, keep sending thoughtful texts, yes, but send them to an actually thoughtful person who's proving that he's thinking of you as well. Nothing's wrong with you planning special moments because you're a special woman. Just do it for the man who has put in the work to show you that he knows that you're special. And in his own right, he's actually special too. It's a good thing that you give your energy because you're beautiful. You have an abundant heart. These aren't flaws. They're features of who you are. But when a man has an inability to appreciate them, don't personalize that as if that somehow diminishes your worth. You're not too much. You're not overwhelming. He's underwhelming. Your love is a gift. Some people just don't know how to unwrap presents, no matter how valuable the gift is. You tried harder. You tried in a relationship that didn't deserve you. You tried to love a man that made it hard to love him because you're a fighter. That's strength, not weakness. Your persistence, it comes from hope. And hope ain't nothing to be ashamed of. You didn't give up easily because you don't give up easily, period. You're just that kind of person. Nothing is wrong with that. The problem is where you have misdirected it. Again, I say that because I don't want you shaming yourself for trying to love somebody who honestly in this season of their life ain't safe to love. A man who makes you feel unwanted is telling you exactly where you stand. Your only job is to believe him. His behavior is honest even when his words are not. Hear me now. You ain't got to read between the lines. When his patterns are clearly spelling out the fact that he's not interested. That man saying, I'm not ready for a relationship, but keeps you around for the benefits. That's not him acting like he's in a relationship. That's him acting like he wants the benefits of you without the commitment and trajectory of a real committed relationship. He says, oh, I need space. But he got plenty for everybody else, but he wants to pull you back in whenever he's horny. Nothing is mixed about those signals. That's a very clear signal. He only wants you whenever it's beneficial for him, not whenever it's safe for you. Am I making sense to anybody? If I'm making sense to you, put facts down in the comments, please. And not only making sense, if what I'm saying is true, find a little arrow down there and hit the share button. Find a little arrow down here and hit the share button and comment shared so I can show you some love for bringing more people into this conversation because a lot of people are missing this. Your energy is currency. Stop spending it on somebody who is emotionally bankrupt. Your effort that gets invested in the uninterested is effort stolen from your own life. That's effort that should be put into you. That's why a lot of times when you see a woman go into a relationship with a man who ain't treating her right, and you see her deteriorate, you see her losing weight, not in a good way. You see her taking less care of herself. You see her less vibrant, not going out as much, not doing the things that she loves. That's not because she doesn't have energy or she don't have any time. No, that's because she's misdirecting it. She's pouring that energy, that same energy she's always had, into a bottomless cup. And so as a woman, you got to understand that that's you. You can't afford to keep funding somebody else's indifference. The energy that you spend trying to make that man want you, that could be spent on your career, your friendships, that could be spent on hobbies, self-care, or at least somebody who actually reciprocates so that you don't run dry. You bankrupting yourself emotionally for somebody who won't even give you minimum wage affection. You got to understand that your effort is valuable. Stop wasting it on somebody who treats it like counterfeit currency. Saw somebody said they shared. Pretty Red to Net, thank you for sharing. Valerie, thank you for sharing. Much love to you guys. Yeah, if you share, comment shared. Right after you share, comment shared so I can shout you out and show you some love. I don't know who needs to hear this, but trying harder for crumbs doesn't get you the whole loaf. It just proves you're willing to try to survive on less. Your increased effort teaches him that your standards are negotiable. The more you do for less, the less he'll do knowing that you're going to accept it. That's the harsh reality. He gives you 20% effort. You give 120% trying to make up the difference. He texts you once a week. You so grateful that you respond instantly. He shows you minimal interest and you show him maximum availability. Love, that is not you earning more love from him. That's you teaching him that you'll accept less. You are over functioning. That enables his under functioning. You're not raising the level of his effort. You're lowering your worth. Hear me and hear me well. Bima Johnson, thank you for sharing. That's all that you are incentivizing him to continue neglecting you, him to continue on in that one-sided dynamic. And the moment that you have to chase a man is the moment you already lost. Pursuit is supposed to be mutual, not a marathon where you're the only runner. I'm not even one of those that says, make a man chase you all around. I'm going to be real. I'm just keeping it G with you. As a man, I never really care for that chasing dynamic. I'm all for pursuit. There's a difference. Because if you chasing somebody, that means they're running away. But if you pursuing something, there's a level of it that's still attracting, or should I say attracted towards you. If you pursue a goal, you don't mean the goal is trying to get away from you. It just means you are intentional about taking one step after another step, one foot in front of the other towards this goal. The pursuit is there from the very beginning. If he's an assertive man and he initiated this, that's pursuit. I'm going to lead the way. As we get to this next goal, we set our eyes on this goal. And if I'm pursuing you as a woman, I have an idea in mind of what I would like to materialize with you. And I'm going to pursue that goal by pursuing you, by continuing the exact same momentum I established in the beginning. That's a pursuit. And in your own way, you should be pursuing by being receptive, being open, being reciprocating of the interest. But in no way should you just be sitting there as the only runner in a marathon where really you on a hamster wheel. If you're chasing that man, he's creating the distance that you're trying to close. Ask yourself why. Why are you double texting while he's leaving you on red? Why are you clearing your schedule when he's always too busy? Why are you making excuses to see him while he's making excuses not to? You're not chasing love. You're chasing somebody who's running from it. The right man is going to move towards you, not away from you. And if you have to chase, you're already running in the wrong direction. You're already running in the wrong race. You're already running in the wrong race. And again, that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you naive. That doesn't make you dumb. That doesn't make you weak. And I say that because I understand the shame that can come with this type of experience, but every ounce of effort that you gave came from a pure place. Every try you made, it came from a place of hope. Every investment came from a generous spirit. These qualities aren't your weaknesses. They're exactly what will make you right in the right relationship. Or should I say, they're exactly what will put you in the right position to receive the same love in the right relationship. Don't let his limitations make you limit yourself. And I see that happen so many times where a woman says, well, I'm going to just guard up my heart. I'm not going to open it up to anybody else. His inability to see your worth is like a blind man who's unable to see the sunset. The sunset is still bright. It's still beautiful. That part remains unchanged. Your value isn't determined by those who can't recognize it. Your worth is not diminished by those who overlook it. You're still everything you were before that man failed to see it. You are still everything you were before. If he was never born, you would still have the exact same worth. But this is exactly why I wrote my book. Don't forget your crown. This is why. For those women who need to remember their worth and the fact that it's not determined by somebody's inability to see it. And sometimes after you spend enough time with a person who could not see it, even you will have a hard time recognizing it, looking in the mirror, because your subconscious now has received the message that this is where you're at, even though it's not true. Because you've exposed yourself to the lie over and over again, even your subconscious will start to believe it. And this is why I put tools in my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, so you could rewrite that narrative according to your actual value, not somebody else's inability to see it. And I'm not even selling you the book. It's worth every penny now. I have no shame in selling, but I'm not even selling it to you. You can go and get it, and I would appreciate it, of course. I think almost 500,000 people have already gotten the book. But if you want it for free, comment the word crown. I'll send it to you. The entire book, not a preview. Just so we're understood, because I know there's some confusion whenever I say this. I'm going to send it to you inside of my self-crowned inner circle. That is my private mentorship community, where women come in exhausted and they leave glowing like never before. Whole lot of other stuff. But right now you can get access to that, including the community, for free. No contract, no commitment. You cancel anytime. You keep the books for free forever. Ebook and audiobook. You go in, you join, you take a look around. Maybe you want to try out the courses, but get the books and keep them forever. If that sounds fair, or if you're interested, comment the word crown. I'll send you a link so you can get started. Free. Moral of the story is this. Normalize giving up on men when they're not reciprocating effort. Normalize not trying harder when a man makes you feel like you are unwanted. Not because your effort is wrong, but because it was wasted on somebody who could not see gold. Your generous heart isn't the problem. His limited vision is. You loved hard because you're built to love hard. That's a superpower, not shame. His inability to want you says absolutely nothing about you. It says everything about his capacity. And the right man, he'll receive your effort like a lottery win, not some loose change. So don't ever think that you're too much. That man was too little. Your love is magnificent. It's rare. It's special. You just need somebody with a vision that knows what it is whenever it's right there in front of them. Don't chase, please. Queens don't chase. They attract kings who recognize royalty. Straight up. If you agree, find a little arrow down here and hit the share button so you can spread this truth to somebody else who needs to hear it. I'm your internet big bro. You know I got your back. And yes, if you are a reader or if you like audiobooks, or hell, if you like deeper dives into stuff like this and you want my best selling book, Don't Forget Your Crown, for free, along with all of my books, comment the word crown. I'm going to send you a link so you can get it all free. And yes, you keep it free. Comment the word crown right now, and I got you. Peace.